Back in the 70s, Lou Ferrigno, Sergio Oliva, they were the definition of massive. But this guy, he was a giant.
I went to Venice Beach and I saw something completely different. There was this huge black guy.
And we posing, and just as he got ready, I threw that arm up. Bam! It was big as Arnold's face. My arm was big as his face. And Arnold is like this, no posing.
I mean, truly huge. His arms were massive.
His body was enormous, and everything about him had this overpowering presence. The second you saw him, you knew this was not ordinary.
One of the most incredible specimens you have ever seen.
MONSON.
Craig MONSON was the man, not Arnold Schwarzenegger. The largest guy I ever seen in my entire life, including Sergio Oliva and all the bodybuilders included. Craig MONSON, a prison guy, was one of the biggest guys I ever seen.
Craig MONSON was born in 1950 in Arkansas and later moved with his mother to South Central Los Angeles during that wave of black families heading west in the Jim Crow era. He came up in a rough, unforgiving environment, and that kind of life shaped him early. When he was still young, he got pulled deep into the street life in LA.
I was a bad boy. I was a tough guy, teenager. I was tough.
People have long linked him to the Avenues, a gang that was around before the Crips became what they later turned into. Long before bodybuilding ever made his name known, he already had a reputation as a real street figure. That path eventually took him to prison.
They had to put the leg irons on me, not regular handcuffs. They wouldn't fit. I was on swole. I was big, and there was no steroids. No steroids in San Quentin. I was just a big old boy.
But after he got out, everything shifted. He became a straight-up legend at Muscle Beach in Venice. People would literally stop what they were doing just to watch him train. The man was benching over 500 pounds for reps and throwing around 200-pound dumbbells like they were nothing. He was basically the Ronnie Coleman of that era. Just look at him, benching in front of the crowd with 5 plates on each side and that insanely wide grip. I've honestly never seen anything like it. And here you can see he puts a pillow on his chest and bounced the bar off it. And that's 5 plates on each side.
I can bounce it, I hit it. But you know, that sternum is only so big, it's only so much. And I saw it snap, I saw a guy in prison snap his, boom shock.
And when he racks the bar, just look at the way that bar is bending under all that weight. That is pure insanity. And the stories around his strength only got crazier. People said he was doing tricep extensions with 315, and that repping over 500 on the bench for him looked almost easy.
Think about nothing else but exercising. Got 21-inch arms, I'm gonna get a 22, 23. My chest is 60, I'm gonna get a 68. But you know, staying focused on something.
You can see Craig picking the bar straight off the floor and going right into skull crushers. 3 plates on each side, repping it out. The guy was an absolute monster. Even now, to this day, I still haven't seen anyone doing skull crushers that heavy like that. It just looks unreal.
Here it is.
Well, you ignorant
Hey, tell him, Pop.
skull crusher. Where's that bar going? Right to his fucking forehead. That is a skull crusher for you idiots. You say that.
And not only that, 315 off the floor.
Back in the 70s, the gym atmosphere was just different, on a whole other level. When he first started training, there was nothing fancy at all, just raw iron. You'd hear plates clanging, guys pushing heavy weight, and the whole place smelled like sweat and hard work. The moment you walked through those doors, you knew this wasn't like anything else. It had a different energy, something real, something intense.
Johnny Boy put the weights in my hand. I went over there to work out with him and Raymond. I was 13 years old.
When they were just kids, like 13 or 14, Craig pulled Donnie's first set of weights over to his house in a wagon.
And we turned his garage into our gym. And the garage had old cowboy doors or barn doors that you open up like so. We put the speed bag in the corner and the heavy bag. And when you come down the alley in the evening, that garage would be rocking almost off the foundation from punching that bag so much. We worked, the bench was milk crates with the real wood back then, wood trimmed in metal, plywood on top. Everything, all our benches were made out of wood. We put stuff together and made our benches, and we had racks of dumbbells, and this is where we would fog it up in there. The windows would fog up, steam up, okay? We would work out till we were soaking wet. We started working out together in '63. When I started working out with him, I started developing. I'm 13 and I'm like, whoa, look at this. I was developing my young body. I've had weights in my hand ever since then. Idol was Cuban, so that's Sergio Libby. Sergio Libby had great genes.
So Craig used to bench with that really wide grip, kind of like Sergio. And even his proportions had that same kind of look. The way he posed, too, it really reminded you of Sergio. That same powerful, classic shape.
You like to do this? I love it. I love it. This is my life.
First contest I ever went to see, downtown at the Grand Hotel. And I was sitting in an aisle chair. And a big guy came through and bucked my leg. You know, and I was a gangster back then, coming out the neighborhood. And I looked up, who? Donnie, it's Arnold, big Arnold. And his hair was down to his shoulders, okay? And who was beside him? Dave Draper. We were sitting here looking. We didn't know they were going to be in the show. They were guest posing. Draper and Arnold posed together. They both had long hair to the shoulders and with these gladiator outfits on. So here I am at my first contest being mesmerized. You know what? I want to compete one day. Before this, I didn't want to compete. I just wanted to be the big boy. I came out of there feeling fulfilled and hungry. You know, so I started killing it in the gym. And people had put me on steroids. I had never seen a steroid till I was 30 years old. I was a monster. In Venice Beach, back in the day, if you see some of the old videos, you see me working with a old apron on. I had that apron, got that from the trash. The guy who used to come pick up the trash. Yeah. I said, man, I want one of those aprons. You snapped it around your legs. I wanted to look like I was an old, what do they call them, blacksmith. And they had old raggedy gloves, and I would put this apron on with no shirt, all my body down and work out in the sun and finish. And I was
Second place, ladies and gentlemen, who do you want? Who do you want? Ladies and gentlemen, second place, number 65, Greg Monsoon.
But they knew I was the best on that stage. They kept dogging me out, giving me seconds, and I had really lost the urge to compete.